Hey everyone, thank you for watching.
We are driving through the United States from coast to coast with Washington, D.C. as our final destination.
And we are looking for Americans that want to talk to us about the state of their country, the upcoming elections and how they see their future.
And we want to invite you all on our road to the White House.
I'm Leon.
And I'm Nick. And today we're in...
Who are you voting for and why?
Well, I'm voting for Donald J. Trump. And I'm voting for Donald J. Trump because he's a political outsider. He's a Christian man. He's a businessman. He's not part of the Washington, D.C. swamp. A huge problem that we have in our United States of America is the swamp creatures, the people that are career politicians that take money from political contributors, from special interest groups. And those special interest groups expect legislation to be proposed or opposed in return for their political contributions. Now, I have it on good sources that a lot of these political action committees, election committees that they have in order to get elected for congressmen, senators, and presidents, they're not supposed to use any of that money for their own personal wealth increasing.
Yeah.
They do. Just like with Joe Biden with the 21 offshore shell companies that he funneled money from Ukraine and China and Romania and I believe it's Uzbekistan, or it might be Kazakhstan. He funneled money through those companies and it came back to him. That's what happens with these political action committees and with all these congressmen and senators. Now, there may be some that are not guilty of this, but I believe that the majority of them, that's why they vote the way that they do, like $93 billion to Ukraine for their war effort. The war in Ukraine was not going to be. There was a peace treaty that had been brokered by Germany with Ukraine and Russia, and they had signed it. And Joe Biden went and told Zelensky, tear that up, you don't sign it.
And why do you think
or else you're not going to get our money. You're not going to get funding from the United States, because Zelensky has also lined his pockets and enriched himself with this money. So this money that goes to these foreign wars, that's just one example, gets trickled back through shell companies back into the pockets of the politicians, and they are enriching themselves at our expense. How else do you explain the fact that they have luxury mansions all over the country, all of them, based on $170,000 a year salary, $150,000 a year salary for congressmen and senators, and $400,000 a year for the president?
So it doesn't explain that Nancy Pelosi has over 200 million net worth as a sitting member.
And Nancy Pelosi, it's been shown, the facts are there, that she went ahead and enriched herself by placing investments in the stock market based off of bills and laws that they were passing, and she enriched herself with that, and that's a fact. That's not up for debate. Of course, they'll deny it. And I'm glad we're not on YouTube. Well, we are on YouTube, but you know, and I hope that they don't flag this, because this is all factual and this is documentable.
So for the people that are watching this right now and they hear this for the first time, where would you direct them online or wherever to find this information for themselves?
Sure. Newsmax is a very good source.
Newsmax?
Newsmax is it's a news outlet, and they tell the truth. Everything that they report is verifiable, it's documentable, and it's actually news. It's not propaganda. The mainstream media, NBC, ABC, CBS, sadly enough, even Fox News to a degree, but Fox News is more anti-Trump because of Rupert Murdoch, who was a business rival of Donald Trump in New York City for decades. and he doesn't like Trump.
Yeah.
So, but they still, people like Jesse Waters and Sean Hannity and Laura Ingraham and Greg Gutfeld, they actually are reporting on what's going on. So I would recommend Fox and Newsmax do not watch, and I mean watch it to see the lies. J.D. Vance was just on with some lady this last weekend, which was the 12th, I think, on Sunday. And he just blew her out of the water because she said she minimized Aurora, Colorado, the Venezuelan gangs that have taken over apartment complexes in the United States of America because of the open border policies of Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, which is being done on purpose to change the demographics of our country. They're trying to dilute it. Like if you're making orange juice from concentrate, if you do it just right, which is where we've been with our border laws and our immigration laws, you have to apply to be a citizen. You have to go through 5 years or 8 years of vetting in order to get your green card, and then you have to swear an oath to the Constitution and become an American.
Yeah.
What they have done is that they have like poured way too much water in the orange juice concentrate, and they're trying to dilute it. They're trying to destroy what it is to be an American. Which
So-
my family goes way back to the 1600s here in the United States of America. I'm German, Scots-Irish descent.
Yeah.
And my family's from back east, from Northeast. And they are trying to destroy what it is to be an American. And they call people like me white Christian nationalists.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I'm white, I'm Christian, and I'm proud to be an American. So if that makes me a white Christian nationalist, then that's what I am. And I'm very proud to be a white Christian nationalist.
Yeah.
I have many friends that are African American. My neighbors are Mexican American. We have barbecues together. There's not a racist bone in my body. Just like there's not a racist bone in Donald Trump's body.
No.
But they keep spewing this propaganda and these lies and these talking points, and they're directed by the Central Intelligence Agency. The CIA tells the mainstream media, the fake news, as Donald Trump calls it, what to say.
Yeah.
If you notice, you can watch, you can record on any given night all the major, the five big ones, NBC, CBS, ABC, Headline News, CNN, and MSNBC. That's six.
Yeah.
Record them, and then play them side by side, and you will see that they are saying the same thing. They are given talking points by the Central Intelligence Agency, and it is reprehensible, and that's what Donald Trump calls the deep state.
Yeah.
And it's not just him. It's a well-known fact that it's a deep state in Washington, D.C. Richmond, north of Richmond, Virginia.
Yeah.
Okay, and people need to know about this. I'm glad you're out here doing this and you're interviewing me.
Yeah.
Because people need to know the truth. If you love America, if you love the country that you live in, if you call yourself a Democrat and a liberal, what is it that you're really standing for? Do you believe in socialism? Kamala Harris says we must be unburdened by what has been.
Yeah, whatever that means.
Okay, that's from Karl Marx.
Yeah. That's what I heard
Karl
about,
Marx says, in order to move into the new future, we must be unburdened by what has been. It's written in his Communist Manifesto of Karl Marx. And this woman went and repeated it over and over and over and over. And I can't even say over so many times.
So if she says unburdened by what has been, does it mean that she wants to erase the past from where we came from? That she wants to cancel any ideology that doesn't fit her ideology?
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
She wants to repeal, she wants to get rid of the Second Amendment. She wants to stack the Supreme Court with an additional 6 justices that are going to be, of course, liberal Democrats, so we'll never be able to have a fair and balanced Supreme Court again.
Yeah.
They want to make Washington, D.C. and Puerto Rico and Guam into states. That's 2, 4, 6 additional senators that'll be Democrat senators in perpetuity, not to mention the congressional seats that they're going to pick up from that. And she wants to take away our guns, regardless of what she says now. Look at her record and what she's said over the last 20 years that she's been in politics.
Yeah.
She is an anti-gun grabber. And we cannot allow the socialists and the communists to steal this election. there's a movie called 2,000 Mules by Dinesh D'Souza that shows these mules on election night 2020 with their SUVs and their trucks with bags full of 10,000 ballots going and dropping them into drop boxes between 1 and 4 a.m. on election night. That's why on election night, Donald Trump had won.
Yeah.
But then the next day, oh, Joe Biden's got all of these additional votes that came in. No.
Yeah.
That's a lie.
So
Not
why do
only
you-
that, but dead people were voting. They had people that were dead that they sent in their ballots.
Yeah.
They were ballot harvesting, going into nursing homes and other facilities and prisons and jails,
Yeah.
and going ahead and here, vote Democrat, vote Democrat, vote. And they were just insidiously cheating, not to mention the lawfare that's gone on. And I believe that Kamala Harris is behind all the lawfare because she's a DA. She's the Attorney General of California. Her job was to prosecute and to persecute, and she's on record saying, with the stroke of my pen, I can ruin people's lives. I can make them lose their jobs and their families.
Who are you voting for and why?
Oh, Harris.
Harris.
Because it's the only logical, sane choice at this point.
Okay.
I mean, Trump is a joke.
Mm-hmm.
It's sad. It's scary that he might be president. I mean, it's scary. I'm scared.
Interesting. And then what good points and bad points do you have from your opinion with both candidates? Let's just say, in this case, Harris to start off.
Harris is actually looking out for the people.
Mhm.
I mean, it goes all the way back to her being a prosecutor
Mhm.
and the suits that she filed against people. She's for the people, you know. I mean, actually for the people,
Okay.
instead of looking out for herself. And
She's a DA. She's the Attorney General of California. Her job was to prosecute and to persecute, and she's on record saying, with the stroke of my pen, I can ruin people's lives.
he's just the biggest grifter. He's a swindler. Come on, it's Trump.
Yeah.
He can't speak without lying. You know, this is sad that, you know, when we're all finished with this, we're going to look back on this age and think of how many people were duped by this guy.
All right.
It hurts. Yeah. Ukrainian war, that's scary. If Russia ends up winning the war, however you want to define winning the war in the Ukraine, it's a domino effect. He'll take over the other countries. I mean, this is what our grandparents fought for, you know, to keep the Nazis and these kind of people out and Russia out. I mean,
Interesting. So with the way that the country is right now, is it good? Is it bad?
it's good.
It's good.
It's good, but it's scary. It's going to be definitely scary if Trump wins.
Okay.
It won't be the way his first term was.
Okay.
He'll have surrounded himself with other people who will. I'm at a loss of words.
Oh, no.
He has surrounded himself with other people that will take people's rights away. That's bottom line.
Okay.
And you said that you are afraid that when Trump gets in office, that your rights are being taken away, or
Yes.
which rights are you talking about?
Freedom of the press. He's going to go after the press. He's already has enemies that he said that I'm going to be a dictator the first day.
Yeah.
But it won't be the first day. It'll go on and on and on.
You know, from the first day, they asked him, "Are you going to be a dictator?" And he said, "Only on day one." He said, "Because we need oil. Drill, baby, drill." That's the only thing that he said about being a dictator. And
We're drilling more oil now than we ever had under the other administrations. Biden and the Democratic Party, whoever. We're drilling more oil. I mean, this is proof out here. If y'all have driven around out there,
Yeah.
the pump jacks are going crazy.
yeah,
The windmills are going crazy. We need more energy.
yeah. You need more energy. You need more everything. Do you think it's going to be reached with just fossil fuels?
No. It'll. What is your question exactly?
So my question is that from the Democratic side, they want to eventually ban all kinds of fossil fuels
That's
and
not
all
true.
And all that.
I don't think
they
that's
want to go
true.
into solar.
They do not want to ban all fossil fuels. That's crazy talk.
Okay.
Of course they don't. They're realists.
Yeah.
They want to keep fossil fuels going. They want
Yeah.
This one's in. Sorry. Keep going here.
wind, solar, whatever. We're not banning. No one's going to be banning fossil fuels. Come on. That's just propaganda that the Trump camp is propagating. That's
Yeah.
just bullshit.
So about the media, you say that he wants to ban media and regulate it. Don't you think that's happening already right now with the restrictions that the government is putting on the web, on Facebook and YouTube and all those social platforms, and that's why Elon had to buy Twitter to keep the free speech going?
I don't think that was his aim. I don't think that was Elon Musk's aim. I think he wanted to steer the conversation towards this conservative view that he wants. Yeah, they are people. The government right now is looking at Facebook, YouTube, all these other things, but it's more to keep the content from the hate and from people exploiting vulnerable people like children. Posting everything from naked pictures of themselves to where they live. I mean, those are the restrictions we're talking about.
No.
We're not talking about shutting it down just because someone's viewpoint. But Elon Musk, that's a sticky wicket.
You think time will tell what kind of person he is? What kind of person he is?
Elon or
Yeah,
Trump?
Elon?
Time will tell. For instance, he did a thing on Saturday Night Live like a year and a half ago. He hosted, and he seemed like an okay guy. But now he's like all in this Trump camp, and it's scary. That somebody with that much power, do it, jumping up in the air and Trump. I mean, good gosh, I just don't. I don't get it. I don't get it, man. I'm pretty. I'm fairly liberal. I've voted Republican a couple of times. I've been voting since 1976.
But Trump is the
Trump
danger, you think?
Trump is a danger. Yes,
Yeah.
I do believe Trump is a danger.
Trump is the danger. Okay, and so when the war started in Ukraine, every news outlet it said that it was an unprovoked war by Putin on Ukraine.
Unprovoked.
That's what every news outlet said. It was unprovoked the way he invaded Ukraine. Right? That's
Yes.
basically what the media
That's
has been
pretty
telling.
much what they were saying. Yes.
They made an agreement that NATO would not move the border 1 inch to the east. And what you're seeing now, they've added more than 10 countries, I believe, that it is already to NATO, and they're moving closer and closer to Russia. And Putin has said, don't come closer, and we're moving the troops into Ukraine. So if let's say, if Russia moved their troops into Mexico by the border here, what would we do? Because this is a similar situation for them.
I kind of understand what you're saying,
Yeah.
but it's not NATO moving. It's the individual countries going, we need to protect ourselves from Russia. That's why they're joining NATO. It's the countries individually going, this is scary. We need to protect ourselves against Russia, because Russia has always done this. They've always gone. They've annexed through history.
Yeah. Russia has been trying to actually invade countries and winning land. As the US, like after the World War, they basically offer protection to every country that used their dollar,
True.
kind of owning them as well. And now you see that the dollar is slowly disappearing or losing its power worldwide, and people are going into the BRICS and want to have different currencies. How do you think that the United States should step up
I don't know if there's anything
to keep the monopoly going.
I don't know if there's anything the United States can do to keep the dollar as the standard. I mean, with all the cryptocurrencies,
Yeah.
I mean, everybody and their dog's got a new cryptocurrency, and it's just the way things are going to be. Heck, I use cash apps and everything else on my phone. Well, that's not dollars. That's a cryptocurrency of some type or another. It's going to be more widespread. You're asking how? Excuse me, it's a fly.
Yeah.
You're asking.
So
me,
I'm just asking because they said it was an unprovoked war, and all the media outlets said exactly the same thing and the same thing, and those same media outlets are attacking Trump as well for being like that he said that he's a racist, or that he is a homophobe, or that he doesn't, that he doesn't care about anybody but himself.
He's taking advantage of the situation. He's just jumping on a bandwagon. There's no original thought with what he's doing. There's no original thought. He's just, this is something I can latch onto and get that small minority of people who are like against NATO and the lies he has spread about NATO. Don't know what to tell you. I read.
You were sick of his lies and his pretentious stuff.
Yes,
and
and you're not putting those words in my mouth.
No.
I am sick of his lies. It's every day. It's every day. Everything he says. If the Biden or Harris administration does anything that even kind of looks shady, Trump immediately jumps on it because it's stuff that he has done. It's stuff that he has done the whole time. I mean, and my frustration level is
it's
very,
good.
very high.
This is why.
Yeah, we want to hear you expressing your thoughts on it. Yeah.
Opinions, exactly.
Yeah. So then I have one final question that you wanted to tell to the.
Left.
2 minutes left. All right. If you say vote for Kamala, why? What is your best reason?
There's no choice. I mean, it's either fascism with Trump or Kamala. That's the bottom line. We can't have Trump we can't have Trump again.
No.
It would be the end of democracy, or it'd be the erosion of democracy on a scale, bit by bit, day by day. The erosion of democracy, of everything that we hold dear, everything, once again, that our grandfathers fought for in World War II.
Yeah.
Fascism and these Nazis.
Yeah. Okay.